Good morning, students. Today, in the front-end design tool VB.NET lecture series, we will discuss GUI programming, and in the GUI programming, we will discuss list view control, tree view control, and menu control. So let's start. So in the list view control, actually, whenever you have seen the windows, so list view displays a collection of items that can be displayed using one of five different views. You have, you seen in the windows also that you can view the icons like large icon, details, small icon, list and tile, list and tile. So in this way, list view mean to say how you are viewing the thing, whether you are viewing in the form of large icon, the detailing icon, and the small icon, in the list form or in the tile view. So with the help of the list view control, you can do this thing. Add columns in VB.NET list view. How you will add the columns in VB.NET list view? So you can add columns in list view by using columns.add method. Okay, this method takes two arguments. First one is the column heading and second one is the column width. First one is the column heading and second one is the column width. So let's see list view one. That is, it is the list view one. Is the name of the list view dot columns dot add product name and 100. Two arguments. So first one is the column heading. Heading means to say it will be the heading of the list view product name, and 100. 100 is the width of the list view. So in the above code, product name is column heading and 100 is column width. List view control add item in VB.NET list view. So let's see. You can add item in list box using list view item, which represents an item in a list view control. See the example. Dim AR, ARR is a variable of string type, and here you are assigning, you are taking an array of 4 elements and you are assigning new string tree. Now dim item as list view item, add items to list view. So ARR0 is the first item, ARR1 is the second, and ARR2 is the third. Item equals to new list view item ARR. List view item dot add dot, with this we will add the element. Now get selected item from VB.NET list view. How you will select it? Product name equals to list view 1, it is the list view dot selected item 0. You need to say you have selected the first items, and sub item you are also selecting the first sub items, and dot text mean to say you will display this thing in the form of text. So above code will return the item from first column of first row. First row, select 0 and 0, that is the first row and first column. So in this way, if you wish to, select from second row first column, then you will write selected items 1 dot sub item 0 dot text. Okay. Sorting VB.NET list view item. How you will sort the items? So if the sorted property of list view is set to true, then the list view items are sorted. So you will have to do simply list view 1 dot sorted equals to true. If you will make this property true, so the following goes: sort the list view item, list view 1 dot sorted is equals to true. So now you will get the items in a sorted manner. Now add checkbox in list view. You can add checkbox in VB.NET list view columns. My list view dot checkbox is equals to true. My list view dot columns dot add text with alignment. List view properties are a large number of properties that provide flexibility in appearance and behavior. The view property allows you to change the way in which items are displayed, and the selection mode property determines how many items in the list can be selected at a time. So the following VB.NET program, first see its view property, list view one.view as details, and grid lines property as true, and full row select as true. So list view one.view. So list view one.view is a property as details, view dot details, and grid lines equals to true. True list view one dot full row selected equals to true. Finally, in the button click event, it will display the selected row values in a message box. So like this, in a button tree, in this it will be selected. Now we will come to the tree view control. Then the tree view control is used to display hierarchical tree like information such as a directory hierarchy. The top level in a tree view are root nodes that can be expanded or collapsed if the nodes have child nodes. So you can see the thing in a tree view, like you are seeing websites, then netinformation.com, CLR. So as we are seeing in the windows in the directory structure, that is a tree view, like a root will be in a plus sign. When we are clicking on the plus, we are getting the subdirectories which are in the form of the tree. And again, we are clicking on some other directory, we are again getting the subdirectories of that particular directory. So the tree view control is used to display hierarchical tree like information such as the directory hierarchy. So the top level in a tree view are root nodes that can be expanded or collapsed if the nodes have child nodes. Okay, so that root can be expanded and collapsed. Okay, as an as the requirement of the now the tree view. When the user can expand the tree node by clicking the plus sign button if one is displayed next to the tree node, or you can expand the tree node by calling the tree node. Expand method. When a parent node is expanded, its child nodes are visible. You can also navigate through tree views with various properties like first node, last node, next node, previous node, next visible node, previous visible node. The full path method of tree view control provides the path from root node to the selected node. Tree view one dot selected node dot full path. Tree nodes can optionally display checkboxes. To display the checkboxes, set the checkboxes property of the tree view to true. So if you wish to display the checkboxes, then you will have to set tree view one. It's the name of the tree view. Dot checkboxes equals to true. So the following VB.NET program shows a simple demonstration of tree view control. Let's see. Now the public class form1, let's make a class, that is the name of the class is form1. Private sub form1 underscore load. You need not to worry about this. Whenever you are doing in the VB.NET Visual Studio, it will automatically, these things have come under the form1 underscore load. So y value sender as system.object, y value e as system.event arguments handles mybase.load. Okay. So now the dimension t node is a variable as tree node. T node is a tree node variable. Now the t node equals to tree view one dot nodes dot add websites. So the tree view one dot nodes zero, means to say the first dot nodes dot add. Let's say some netinformatics.com. Tree view one dot nodes zero dot nodes zero dot nodes dot add CLR. In this way, preview one and we can add row 0, column 1, row 0, column 0, first row, first column, first row, second column. In this way, we will, add the things and in this end sub. Now, when we will, private sub button underscore click by value sender as system dot object and by value e as system dot event arguments and button underscore click. So when we will click on that button, you will get a message that is message box is preview one dot selected node dot full path. Now you will end sub and end class. So then you will get the output. Okay, then you what the output you will get. You can just run this program and you will get the output, whatever the output you are getting. Now we will see the menu control. A menu is located on the menu bar and contains a list of related commands. Main menu is the container for the menu structure of the form, and menus are made of menu item objects that represents individual parts of a menu. You can create a main menu object on your form. Suppose you are creating your own form and in that you want to create a menu. So you can create main menu object on your form using the main menu control. So the following picture shows how to drag the menu strip object to the form. You just make a form and from the toolbox you just simply drag the thing. Let's see the figure. You see in this figure, in a toolbox, you are able to see the menu strip. You just drag this menu strip to your own form. Okay, so drag you can drag an item to this form, whatever as you are doing in the toolbox. Like when you are making a button, you just simply selecting. In the same way, you can select the menu strip to your form. So after drag the menu strip on your form, you can directly create the menu items by type of value into the type here box on the menu bar part of your form. From the following picture, you can understand how to create each menu items on main menu object. If you need a separator bar, right click on your menu, then go to insert and separator. Let's see, this is the main menu, and in the main menu you are also creating menu item 1, menu item 2, and when you are right clicking on one and you are pressing the insert, you are clicking on the insert button and you are also finding a separator. So separator will separate the things. Okay, separate the menu item, you can see. So after creating the menu on the form, you have to double click on each menu item and write the programs there. Depends on your requirement. The following VB.NET program shows how to show a message box when clicking a menu item. So this is a simple program, public class form 1, and you are just making a menu item 1 tool strip menu item underscore click. So here you are just handles menu item 1 tool strip menu item dot click. You are just in a message box, you are writing, you are selected menu item underscore 1 and sub. Here you will end the sub and end class. In this way, you will create the menu control. Okay, so this is all about these things. Later on, we will discuss this new topic, that is the MDI control and custom control in VB.NET. So here I will stop. Thank you. Thank you for your patience listening. Okay. So